Did you got some silver bullets there, Dustin?
Oh
And
yeah,
we are
mountains of blue.
live, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. Let's wait till we can mute the screen here. I think there might be a little bit of a lag. But here we go. It's coming. Here we go. Awesome. So, what's going on, everybody? My name is Ray, and welcome to another fantastic episode of This Week in Reselling. Let's go around the table. We have a really great one today, right, Dustin?
Oh yeah, I'm excited.
So I'm here with none other with Dustin, my brother-in-law, the
What's
other
up?
half of the Nashville Flippers, and we have our good friend. I think we're going to be good friends, Eli, even though we haven't known each other for very long. We have Eli here, aka the Giving Bulbasaur.
What's up, guys? Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Hey, we're glad to have you, right, Dustin?
Oh yeah, always.
I'm excited, Dustin, because I'm ready to learn, baby. I got my notepad ready. I got my, I'm ready. I'm ready, baby.
He has like $10,000 in cash waiting to go buy cards right now.
Exactly. So, guys, if you don't know what we're doing here, Eli is a guest on today's show. He is going to educate us. He's got a doctorate degree in Pokemon cards.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Maybe a master's.
A master's degree.
Okay. Out there, I'll do a master's.
Yeah. So he's got it. And I reached out to him and he's happy. It's like, hey man, can you come out on our show and just kind of educate our audience that consists of, people that like to buy and resell things. Mm-hmm. And ironically enough, Dustin and I have been getting back into Pokemon, and then they just got like super hot with what Logan Paul did yesterday, last night, with buying the $200,000 first edition booster box. But before I get too much into all that stuff, Eli, if you could please introduce yourself, let us know a little bit about you, what you like to do, how you got into Pokemon, are you consistently, just tell us everything you got going on, brother.
Yeah, I'll make it short and sweet. Pretty much, it's probably really I got into Pokemon like anybody else if they were old enough in the 90s. Pokemon was a thing. You take your Pokemon cards to school, and then your teacher takes them, and you gotta go get more, and then hopefully you get the ones that they took at the end of the year, but you got the wrong ones because they mixed them all up. Mm-hmm. Very nostalgic. But recently, actually, I love Pokemon, and recently I just got back into it. Probably most likely because of the whole COVID thing. You had to have something to do. And so I started making some metal Pokemon cards, and what happened with those turned into let me get back into the real Pokemon cards, and then from that, the whole Pokemon investing started. And just like you guys are opening one pack at a time, let me just open one pack, and the next thing you know, you're opening a bunch of packs, and then I'm a real estate agent, so money has always been a really big thing with me. Like I like to flip stuff, like to sell houses, and so I thought, well, with Pokemon, I could probably do the same thing, and pretty much that's what happened. It got into, well, let me buy this card. Oh, I sold it for this much. And then, next thing you know, we're trying to buy cards and flip cards. And, we have a pretty good community on TikTok and Discord. And it's been a lot of fun, guys. It's been a lot of fun.
That's awesome. So you have tell us about your store. You have this online store. Tell us what you do with that. Give people just kind of, and guys, we have all of his information down in the description below. So give him a follow on all his social media platforms and check out his products online at his website.
I appreciate it. Yeah. So if you want to go to the givingbulbasaur.com, pretty much it has all the stuff that we provide. Like I said, it started with the metal cards. I wanted to have it very legit to where, hey, I can pay my taxes as well as a place for making it very legit for somebody to go to. It's not me. I'm going to show up in a dark alley and hand you a card. So we started the website, and then pretty much you guys can go on there. There's metal cards. We even have, right now we're starting to do raffles for PSA and GMA cards if you want to try to win those. And as well, the most important thing to you guys know is that anytime you buy anything off the website, we just started this, is that everything sold, total price, 5% is going to go to the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So awesome. we created a GoFundMe account, and so the first one we didn't have the GoFundMe account, so we sent our first donation directly to them. We did it live, but now we're going to be sending it directly to the GoFundMe that's directly connected to Make-A-Wish. So every month you're going to see us start building that up. So if you guys want to go and add anything to that, anybody watching, or just donate directly straight to them, that would be even better than buying something from me. That would be really awesome as well.
That's awesome. I didn't know that. That's great.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
So. Yeah, that's fantastic. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And guys, make sure to follow Eli on all of his social media platforms. What is it? Giving, I got it written down here, just so the people that are listening to us can know where to go. Follow him on, or go to his website, thegivingbulbasaur.com. Follow him on Instagram, givingbulbasaur_grade cards, and follow him on TikTok on the Giving Bulbasaur.
Does he have a MySpace?
No MySpace, right, Eli?
No, okay.
On MySpace. I had one. Unfortunately, there was nobody there anymore, so I had to turn it down.
That's what happened to me too.
Yeah,
I miss having been sick when I pop into my profile. I wish that would still be a thing.
Yeah, there you go. And guys, make sure if you're not following us, make sure to follow us on all social media platforms. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Nashville Flippers. Follow us on Instagram, The Nashville Flippers. Follow us on TikTok, The Nashville Flippers. And very proud to announce this, right, Dustin? We have partnered with a fantastic beard company called This Guy's That Guy's Beard Oil.
Yep.
He sent us some great product. So make sure you check his stuff out. The website is down there in the description for all your beard needs. Use code BeardGang for 10% off.
Mm-hmm. Hey, and what I learned, it's not really for beards either. You can use the oil if you have dry scalp. That's right. It's perfect for it. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna try that out.
For sure. So yeah, guys. So Eli, let's get a little bit into the comments because we got a lot of people in the comments, and they're
welcome.
Let's say hello because these are the people that come and see us, and we want to educate everybody. We have Boozer, aka the Free King Reseller. He says, "Let's go." Blastoids Buddy 67 says, "What's up, lads?" Mighty Mouse 67 checking in also. Luther says, "Diglett." That's kind of an inside joke that he has when I open up the packs on TikTok. He always, because I get so many Diglets, it's kind of an inside joke.
I love me some Diglets.
Yeah. Alpha Child says, "What's going on, everybody? Good to see you." CL Furlong, he says, "Yo, yo, yo, good to see you, buddy. Me and Bulb contain all the knowledge." Okay. I see that. BS Video Productions 1, what's going on? It's Yo Barry Yo from TikTok. Good to see you, buddy. Stop by. Poke Bro says hello. Boots says that's awesome. Giving Bulbasaur make a wish. And he also says congrats on 1K. Real quick question, Eli. Give us where did the name The Giving Bulbasaur even come from?
Well, back in the 90s, of course, you have three choices. You either get a Charmander, you get a Swordle, or you get a Bulbasaur. And my first pick was a Bulbasaur. Why? Because it was the easiest one to beat the first gyms right off the bat. So I'm a work smarter, not harder, guys. So I work smarter. So I took Bulbasaur, and it's always been my favorite. Of course, everybody's going to pick Charmander, and they pick Squirtle right there. Bulbasaur is always the back one. But Bulbasaur's always been my favorite. And then the whole giving thing is I've always been a type of person that likes to help people. You help a lot of people, and sometimes you get snagged in the back. Sometimes things don't work so well. But if you keep working that way, then you're never going to get far in life. I'd rather take the chance on people. So I don't really recall. I just added the word giving, and it just kind of stuck, and I can't change it now.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, so, if we ever move, Dustin, we're pretty we can't be the next.
That's what moved to Nashville, North Carolina. That's Hendersonville. That's Hendersonville, North Carolina. My bad. Yeah, because we live in Henderson. We're in Hendersonville. So.
Yeah. Okay. So here we go, Eli. So for someone in the chat, for some of our subscribers, for the people that are listening to our podcast that want to get started buying Pokemon cards, where do you start? Because you go to Walmart, you see Pokemon cards on the shelf. You go to Target, you see it on the shelf, and then you see Logan Paul opening up this $200 pack or $200,000 pack. That can be extremely confusing, and you're like, "What's going on? Why is he opening up? I don't understand where this money's coming from. If you can just go to Walmart and get it, people don't understand." So, for someone buying and reselling Pokemon 101, where do you start?
Okay, so first off and foremost, everything that I'll say tonight is what works for me. Everybody's completely different in how they do things, but this is just my information. You take it and use it as you wish, but I highly recommend, if this is strictly for reselling and investing, don't buy packs. you do not want to buy packs, especially modern packs, because the reason for that is because you are taking a gamble, taking a chance. People are opening packs because it's addicting. Like, oh, what am I going to pull? It's like pulling the slots.
Super
Like,
addicting.
am I going to hit 777? You know, and it's fun. Do it if you want to do it every once in a while. But if you strictly want to invest, don't open packs. What I highly recommend are two things. One, of course, is buying raw cards and grading them yourselves. We'll get into that later. You don't have to wait for them to come back, or buying already graded cards and flipping those for a small profit and slowly building your capital to where you can get into those big money cards. Where when you try to sell those cards, you're not making 10 to 20 bucks. Now you're making a couple $100 off those cards. So it's a big thing. There's so many different ways, and we're actually doing a YouTube video breaking it down. But I would say probably foremost, if I was like brand new into the situation, I would buy raw cards and be patient to get them back. For a quick flip, I would buy graded cards and sell them for a little bit of an up price.
Okay, so you just dropped two keywords there for someone that doesn't know what a raw card is and what a graded card is, and just a brief, because we'll get into more of a graded card.
We'll do that.
So what do those two terms mean to somebody?
No, you're good. So a raw card is going to be just like if you open from a pack, or you buy a card that was just out of a pack. It's going to be a regular card. This is a old Japanese card, but it's still raw. So that means it's just plain. There's no encasing in it. It's just a regular card. So this is your raw card. What you want to do with this raw card is, if it's worth anything, which we'll get into later on how to establish value on the cards, is you would take this card and you would send it to a grading company. A grading company can be PSA, which is one of the number one companies to send to, BGS, which is Beckett, and there's other smaller companies. As you see here, I have a GMA. You can't see it very well. A GMA 10 Scizor. This is a smaller company. We'll get into which companies to be sending to, but this is what a graded card would look like when you get it back. It's going to be encased and saved in there, so that way, one, you get to understand that it's protected. Two, they will always give you a number on how that card is conditioned between 1 and 10, 10 being the best.
Awesome. Great. So your tips were invest in don't buy packs.
Yeah, don't buy packs.
And buy raw cards.
Buy raw cards and buy in bulk if you can.
Buy in bulk. Okay.
Yeah.
So for someone that doesn't necessarily want to buy raw cards off of eBay, Mercari, Facebook Marketplace, or whatever, and they're like, you know what? I only have access to maybe $20 a month, $20 a week to buy packs at the store. Mm-hmm. Kind of go over like Pokemon packs as to where, when does Pokemon decide to release a certain kind of pack? How is it correlate to the video game? In the pack, how many cards does it come in? What's the rare card? What's an uncommon card? What's a common card? Give us that breakdown.
Yeah, so let's do the breakdown of the packs first. So when you buy a pack, let's say you go to Walmart, Target, wherever you go, you buy a pack. They're going to be pretty much like this. There's going to be art design, because there'll be different sets. As for when they drop, it really does vary. Like, I'm not a modern card collector as much. I usually buy 3 to 4 years before sets, and we'll get into that later. But there is an established of when the cards technically should drop. And if you want, one of the best people that I know is Pokemon Huntress on TikTok. Any of you guys can always just look her up. She's very good on the new modern stuff. So asking her about when the new packs or when the new sets will come in, or going to YouTube and typing in new sets. There's a lot of people out there that are highly educated on the new sets. Then they will be able to let you know, hey, the drop date is this, the drop date is this. So if you want to get into new sets, I would highly suggest to do that. And then pretty much that's how you find out when the new sets are dropping. So in a pack, there'll be 11 cards. Out of the 11 cards, there'll be one rare. It could be a regular rare, it can be a holo, it can be a ultra rare, it can be so many of these crazy cards that you want to get. You don't want to get a regular, just random common. You don't, especially in the newer sets. And the way you just know which is which is usually in the corner of the card. They'll have a common, uncommon, or rare on there Usually the circle is common, the diamond is uncommon, the star is rare, and then from there you get your hollows and then your full arts and things like that. So that's how the packs will break it down like that.
Okay. Okay, cool. So when we're talking about packs, Justin and I are going to be opening up some packs during this live stream. So we picked up some Pokemon Sword and Shield Darkness Ablaze pack. So 11 cards in this pack, right, Eli? So there's going to be one rare card in here, or it could be a secret rare or a base card or whatever. So if someone is going to the store and they find this pack, what is the chase card that everyone is looking for in here?
I believe Darkness Ablaze is going to be the VMAX Charizard, and that's what you want to pull. I think I've seen quite a few people pull it. Yeah, there you go. So quite a few people have pulled it. The price is going down on it, but it's still a great card. Charizard is very highly collectible, very highly sought out. So that's going to be your chase card that you're going to want to pull.
Okay, so if I were to pull this card out of this pack, what is something like this raw cost at the moment? What is the going value?
So that is a great question to get into, how to find out the value. As a reseller, no matter what, guys, out of anything you get tonight, you want to know your numbers. No matter what you do, you want to know your numbers. If you are just buying stuff and not doing your numbers, you're not reselling right. You're just gambling. So what you want to do is, I'll do it here for you go to eBay, and then what you want to do, this is how you guys will learn the prices on cards. So you go to eBay, and you type in that VMAX Charizard in the listing. And then what you're going to do is go all the way down to the sold listing, because we always remember that just because
you can listed, share, if you want, we can share your screen too, Eli. So
let me do that then. I think I'll do it. Let's see. I don't want to share the screen.
Yeah, we don't want to share your OnlyFans page.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but then I'll sell out real fast, you know? How many fans over there? There you go.
There we go.
All right, let me know what you can see. Okay, cool. So what you want to do, guys, and this is for new people. This is because I get a lot of people really every day. Hey, how much is my card worth? How do I know what it's worth? And I love to answer you guys, but the best way for me to teach you guys is showing you guys. So you go to eBay. There's other places you can go. There's TCG Player. There's Troll and Toad. But for the most part in the world, eBay is king and is where we establish what something is worth for the most part.
eBay is big.
Yeah, so you're going to put Charizard VMAX. As well as you need to know which Charizard you're doing, because now there's a couple. We can get into that a little bit. As you can see, there's this different rainbow right here. You're going to go to sold listings. The reason being is because anybody can list something for anything. If I have a piece of paper, I'm saying, hey, you know what? This piece of paper is worth $1,000. Would you pay $1,000 for a piece of paper?
No.
Okay, then I wouldn't expect anybody else would either.
Not unless the Declaration of Independence.
Yeah, well, you got the Declaration of Independence for $1,000, then you got a deal.
Yeah.
So as you can see here, this is what I do, and because a lot of people, they get very confused on the listings too. Like, well, there's several different prices. What I highly recommend to do is the average price. So you see one just sold here, and the most recent one sold here for $109. You keep going. That's a batch. You don't want to do. This one's graded, so that doesn't count for raw. None of these count for raw. You want a raw card. So another one sold here for $100. Different card, and you want to make sure you check the set number and stuff. We can get to that a little bit later, but I'm seeing about $100. So if you pull that card, you have about $100 card.
Well, let's get into it.
All right.
I hope everyone gives me some good vibes here, because Dustin and I are going to be opening up these packs throughout this live stream.
Ways, right?
What's that?
We're going to split that card 3 ways.
That's the plan. About more packs.
If it comes back a PSA 10, we'll split it 3 ways.
Packs.
Verbal agreement, and it's been recorded. Just let everybody know. Good luck.
All right. So we already know that it's not going to be good because we have a green code card, right?
Oh, yeah.
We won't get into that.
We'll get into that. Usually green means mighty, but not in this case.
So we got energy. Here we go. So the last card that I'm going to be pulling is going to be the one that's going to be rare. So hopefully it's going to be a Charizard.
Did you do the trick?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I didn't see it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I hate doing the trick because I never get it right sometimes.
So there's the reverse hollow, which is the uncommon card, right, Eli?
It depends. I think some of the reverse can be uncommon. Oh yeah, uncommon. Yeah, sorry about that.
And then here's the rare,
Woo!
which is not worth anything.
That's $1 million card.
$1 million
To you.
So
To
that'll
you,
go
you
into the filing cabinet. But Eli, you were saying that there's a company out there that will take your cards that you don't want, and you can trade them for something different.
Yeah,
Is that right?
maybe Blastoise Buddy might be able to put in the comments if he knows or anybody else. I can't remember. I didn't get that information. I didn't know you were gonna ask me that. Anyways, but there is a couple of companies out there that will trade you your bulk cards, and you can trade it in for cash or most likely store credit. And then there's also one that does booster boxes. If anybody knows in the comments, put it in there. But if not, then we can research it and post it later on our TikToks.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a great way to. Now you will sell it at a loss, not technically a loss because they're paying pennies for your cards when you really do the numbers. But hey, it's really hard to get rid of bulk. Nobody really wants to buy bulk. The people that buy bulk are the ones that are gonna sell the bulk in like little repacks and have little packs, or maybe they just have a store and that's how you're filling up the store. So
yeah, so let's get into that just because you mentioned it. So when people go and they're looking for these cards, sometimes they find something that it's called a repack, right?
Yeah.
Can you explain to us a little bit of what that is?
A repack is junk. That's pretty much what that is. Be very careful, guys, especially when you're on eBay or any other site. You want to make sure that when you're buying stuff, always look at the reviews for that specific seller. I'm on eBay. I'm a top rated seller. You can tell because it says top rated. It has a star. Every like eBay, Mercari, everything's different. But there's also a place where you can see their ratings. And there are some people that will have, like, I have 2 bad ratings because the person that bought something lied, but I have 500 or 200 good ratings. So most likely those 2 transactions were not the best. So you want to make sure that you have a lot more, like way more good transactions than bad. So you want an established seller. The repacks are pretty much what they'll do. They just put them back. Like Walmart has their own repacks where they'll have like loose cards. Maybe kids go in there and open a pack and they leave the rest there. They take the really good cards. So they'll find those and they'll put them in a repack and they sell them here. And it's a new package. It's even in a like I think like a it's a pack within a plastic within a cardboard.
It's like a blister pack or something.
Yeah, don't open those. Don't open those if you're doing packs. So just be careful. Repacks are not the greatest thing. Now there's a difference between repacks and custom packs. Like I have a friend, Catchem Alley, on TikTok. You can find her. She sells custom packs, and so does Pokemon Huntress. Or they're called custom packs or God packs. I know Alec Hodges does those too, where they'll put some really good stuff in there and they'll make custom packs for you. The reason being is because it's better for them to sell to you guys instead of them having just keeping all this bulk. And that's another way to make money as well as an investor. Like all these, piles, if you want to open packs, all these piles and piles of bulk cards you have, instead of just selling them for pennies on a dollar, make a custom pack, but put a hit card in there, which is going to be like an EX, DX, or greater than just a non-common rare, and price them out and sell them like that. Like on my store, I have them for I think $7 or $8.99. I have custom vintage Japanese packs where you can get anywhere from 1996, I believe that's when we started, 95, all the way to, or 99, I can't remember what, all the way to 2017. I bought 6,000 Japanese cards, and I found all the hollows out of that, and I made custom cards. And the reason being people are buying those is because there's some Japanese vintage old cards from when Wizards of the Coast made that are actually pretty valuable if they're in good condition. So people buy those. And as well as, for me personally, Japanese cards, they just look better. So people just love the art. They don't even care about the value. They just want the art.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting a couple of those packs. That sounds awesome.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. So let's get in a couple of comments in the comment section because it's rolling. Yeah, Alpha Chow says, "Oh man, WCW, that takes me back." Yeah, we got the wrestling collection over there. Flix FPS says, "I have so many questions in my LIMI." Okay, I've been researching the past 2 weeks and I'm still lost. Well, hey, put the questions down there and we'll try to answer them to the best of our ability. Blastoise says, "Constantly search eBay, Mercari, OfferUp, and any selling platform for sure." So I've been on Mercari and found a few deals, but I just don't know if I want to pull the trigger. Well, hey, if you have any questions, let us know. We'll try to answer them to the best of our ability. I found a few cards over those platforms myself. Yeah, those are great. Do you buy all your cards, Eli, from eBay, or do you like to dabble?
I'm dabbling in everything. So mainly I buy eBay, Mercari, TCG Player. A lot of people don't use TCG Player. Pretty much that's just an all card platform. It's great because with those, the difference between the other ones, and you might pay a little bit more on TCG Player, but you get to filter it where you put near mint. I only buy near mint cards. Now I put near mint and they came in crisp. Like I have this Shining Ho-Ho that I've rated, but I ordered 8 of them from a seller on there, and I put near mint. They literally came in sealed from when they were from the box. Perfect. And graded 10 on those is about $200.
Nice.
And I paid $6 for them.
Ooh, that's great.
So I use TCG Player, I use Mercari, eBay, and then local buyers. I don't know what everybody else has, but I have OfferUp and things like that. Just be very careful. But those are great ones as well.
Now, TCG, that means trading card game?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Flick says, I've been wanting to buy raw cards, but I don't know if I'm paying too much for the condition.
Okay.
You just have to know what the condition of the card is, right?
Mm-hmm.
With that, you just go back to eBay, try to look at the pictures that you have of those cards, go to eBay and try to find the same about pictures of their card, and then that's where you get the value from.
Boozer says Ray has 7 PSA 10 Diglets, 6 PSA 9 Diglets, and 50 PSA 8 Diglets from his pack rips a week ago. I think I'm just going to start them. You know what? I think I'm just going to start collecting Diglet cards.
Just Diglets on.
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad. John Landry says, almost missed the stream. Hey, man, I'm glad you're here. Good to see you. I'm Brad.
What's up?
He says, only fans. Oh, he gave me good luck. Oh, Emily Conway is here. Good to see you, Emily. Good to see you. Hey, I'm Brad, she says. What was I going to do? Oh, okay. Keep going.
Change your Instagram name to Diglets.
I know, Diglet's Pokemon. Blaster says, I've got the eye for centering, so if you guys ever need help determining, I am always willing to help. So centering, we'll get into that when we talk about grading cards. Blastoise also says, Danny Phantom on Instagram, you can trade bulk.
There you go.
In for store credit or cash. Okay, so that's it right there.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Alpha Child says, I've dealt with a group called Safari Zone for my bulk. They have a group on Facebook as well. They're pretty good. Okay, cool. Thank you for all the tips, guys. Yeah, Safari Zone is also a good one. Knight BP checking in. Hello to y'all. Bishop, good to see you, brother. And Flick says, you feel like we are in a bubble right now with the cards. That's a great question. What are your thoughts, Eli?
Yeah, so like I said, I got into cards when I was younger. I got out after about Neo set. I came back about Sun and Moon, and then got back out and just got back probably like 2-3 sets ago. It's getting really crazy. And so when you talk about a bubble, you're talking about, hey, something's getting so hyped that eventually what's going to happen is it's going to pop and all the value's going to go down. Honestly, based on everything that I looked at in the past, I feel like prices are going up exponentially. I have a friend right now, his name is Speedy on TikTok. He literally just posted a video how he bought 10 days ago. He bought a base set pack lightweight so that you can weigh the packs to know which one has better hits. It's light, so he's not getting a hollow out of that. He bought it for like $2 something. Right now, literally, one just sold. They're selling for $400 right now. Double the price in 10 days. In 10 days. 2 months ago, you could have bought that same light pack for about $100. And prices are going up. They're going up like crazy. I believe you saw the Logan thing. They were doing everything, and they were watching the bids on another Charizard on an auction. Went for $200,000 alone.
That's crazy.
Did you see who bought that card?
I didn't. Did you?
It was Logic, the rapper.
Wow, that's great. Well, good for him. Because now the thing about that is when you get so high, eventually something can pop. Now the thing is with Pokemon, what is it gonna be? The thing is, if we are in a bubble, what's gonna pop the bubble? When you look at the stock market, a lot of times you can take that. a company, they rise so much in price that eventually they pop and they lose value, whether because a CEO did something wrong, something bad happened at the company. What is it going to take for Pokemon to pop? That's the thing. That's the hard thing to talk about. With me personally, I wouldn't be scared about a bubble, especially because Pokemon is such a big thing right now. It's like to me, honestly, it's a natural phenomenon. It's one of the biggest companies. It's probably going to be here long before
The number one selling IP over Disney, Mickey Mouse, Star Wars, Hello Kitty. It's the number one selling franchise in the world. I don't feel like that bubble will ever. It'll probably plateau and maybe dip, but I don't think it'll burst.
The way I see it is it's like a company. Like when you buy stock, like say you buy it at $50 and it starts going up, and then you buy it at 100. Well, you're happy you bought it at 50 because you grew in value. You buy it at 100, but then it drops to 80. Instead of looking at it and being scared of when it went down, buy it at 80 because then you're getting a sale for it than when it was at 100. And that's what we need to do now with Pokemon is don't be afraid to buy, because even if it dips a little bit, when it dips, buy the dip and then it'll go up again. So I say don't be afraid to invest. You have to have a short-term and a long-term investment when it comes to stuff like this.
I agree. So guys, speaking of Pokemon, because we're talking about Pokemon, we have just on our merch store, the Nashville Flippers, we have a special edition in honor of Eli coming on to our show.
Wait, what?
Yeah, we have made a special edition hoodie for the Nashville Flippers. It comes in a variety of colors.
Hey,
so we have
get them all.
We have the Nashville Flippers on a hoodie in the Pokemon font. So if you guys want to pick up that hoodie, we also have long sleeve tees. Make sure to check out our merch store. The link is down in the description to pick up the special edition Nashville Flippers. I entitled it "Get 'Em All Tees."
Nice, I like that.
You should have said "Get all the Diglets."
Yeah, get all the Diglett tee. So we got that going on. So if you guys want to pick up that merch, make sure to check out our merch store down in the description and pick it up. Pick up that merch. So next, let's see what else. We got some great questions coming in the chat, so we'll answer those and get to the next subject. Flix FBS says, any tips for finding steals and super deals?
So here's the thing, just like anything else in life, there's no easy way in. I spend hours looking for deals. Throughout the day, I'm literally on my phone, on eBay or in other sites, just looking and comparing prices. The best way that I would say to find deals is really to do the research on what you want, so that way when that steal and deal comes up, you see it before anybody else does. That's the best way to do it, because when somebody lists something for $100 and you're sitting there, I wonder if this is a good deal, somebody's already probably going to buy it before you. So you want to be prepared. So the best thing, especially for investors and all you guys that are new to this, sit down, even take a day or a couple hours throughout the day and start looking at prices. Go to eBay and type in Pokemon cards or Pokemon PSA. Go to sold listings and look to see what's selling and at what price it's selling for. So that way when you're searching, you know what's a good price. That's the best way to do it.
Nice. Great tips. Derek Wong says the stimulus checks may have associated with the recent growth in Pokemon market. I mean, that goes with everything, right? The just trading card market, people want to go out there and spend that money for sure. Blastoid is talking to Flix, says just got some search through eBay and Mercari, you'll find the deals. Just got to do the work, right? Things are not going to come easy. But let's take a little break and talk about Eli. Make sure you follow Eli on all of his social media platforms. Follow him make sure you check out his website, thegivingbulbasaur.com. Follow him on YouTube. What's the YouTube? Giving Bulbasaur?
Giving Bulbasaur. We just
Giving
started
Bulbasaur on YouTube, Instagram, Giving Bulbasaur _grade cards, and on TikTok, The Giving Bulbasaur. So, Dustin, let's see if you have better luck than I do.
You want to try
Open that pack, baby.
Should I weigh it first?
Huh?
Should I weigh it first?
Okay, so here's one thing. Between cards now and cards then, the old cards you can weigh, The new cards you can't, because that's how you get the white and green cards. The white and green cards are weighed differently, so that way when they put it in the pack, it weighs all the packs is pretty much the same.
Well,
so now you don't know what you're getting.
You might as well just pull the back one day.
I might.
So I can't. So Eli, real quick question: I can't go to the store right now and weigh all the packs. And is there just a difference between the packs?
Technically, you can, because the green ones, I can't remember which one's which, but I think one of the cards, the green and the white, one of them weighs different than the other ones. I believe when they put them in there, so like when you're hollows, those weigh quite a bit. So they put put the green one in. There you go. They put the green one in there to weigh less or weigh more, so that way it equals what it would weigh in the other pack. So that's why when you go the old packs, they you can weigh those because they didn't have that back then.
Gotcha. That makes sense. All right.
If we get a Diglett, everyone has to take a shot. So we're still looking for that Charizard, but because we found a green card, it's definitely not going to be
not happening. Not happening.
Somebody snuck it in there for you. Don't worry about it.
There's the reverse hollow.
Yep.
Nothing. But we already knew that, right?
I don't have this one though. So.
But there's some modern packs that always have white cards, right, Eli?
Fates has all white cards. Like I said, I got out and just came back in. So even like this whole green and white card thing, I had to learn myself. So I'm learning that. When it comes to modern, I don't really invest into modern. Like I am doing it now because of content. And for example, Champions Pass has just passed up. I believe you have a couple ETBs with you, don't you?
I have too many.
Oh my god. So I bought 3 of those ETBs. One, because there's literally 3 Charizards that you can get in this thing. Charizard's very collectible, and I took it as, hey, let me buy this because one, you get that automatic promo. I don't have it with me. I have like 10 of those things. The promo Charizard that automatically comes in there. So I'll make my money back with that if I send it to get graded.
Should he open all the ones he has?
He talked about this. I told him to do what you advise. Open a couple, save a couple.
Told you. That's what I said.
We may do a video on it later on. We'll see. So let's talk. Oh my!
Just think how many Diglets you can get.
That'd be cool, Gideon. But that'd be cool. You know, there's like, so out of all the sets, they have different styles. So you can probably make a whole collection of all the different Diglets. That'd be really cool.
Okay, guys. So I'm putting this out there into the ether. If we can get 50 people to watch this live stream by the time that it's over, so call your mama, call your papa, call Bill down the street. If I see 50 people on this live stream, I will open up this Champions Path.
Ooh. And then we pull a Charizard on stream?
Ooh, that would be crazy.
I like it.
So we talk about modern and vintage packs, Eli. So if someone wants to get into modern, which stores are you going to, and how are you buying these packs? How are they coming? We just talked about ETB. We just talked about packs. Tell us for someone that's like, okay, Jimmy down the street wants to go buy some Pokemon cards because he's reliving his childhood. He's got some expendable income. He wants to get into the hobby. What should we buy besides not buy the repack cards that they have?
So this is a collector. Somebody's having fun, not investing, right?
Someone's having fun.
Yeah,
he maybe wants to invest. Like this is kind of like me. Here's me right here. Right? Someone that grew up on Pokemon cards. Someone that is very dear. Used to do it. Is going back into the hobby. Doesn't mind buying the cards, collecting them, but if he happens to pull something crazy to fund further purchases, what do we purchase? How do they come? All that good stuff.
So like I said, I'm personally getting into modern cards myself. One reason being, it's not mainly for investing. Now, when it came to Champions Path, I saw that as an investment. When you're looking at modern cards, you have to look like what's in the set. And before they come out, there's always, most of the time, a list of what cards are going to be in that set. So when Champions Path came out, they showed 2 new Charizards or 3 new Charizards, and people went ape. They're going crazy. And so, for example, if you want to go down the street and go buy some Champions Path, most likely you're not going to find it. And
You're not.
I was lucky enough to get 3 ETBs from a friend. Right now, there's a new set coming out from Japan. I can't remember the full names, like the shinies. It has like 149 shinies and another VMAX Charizard shiny rainbow. Like I have 5 pre-ordered of those from a connection that I have that has a connection in Japan. So when you're talking about those really hard things, most of the time you're not going to be able to walk into a store and grab it. GameStop had pre-orders for Champions Path. A lot of people pre-ordered. Next thing you know, you get an email saying, "Hey, we have to cancel some of your pre-orders." So it comes down with Moderns is how popular that box is and that set is. If you're even going to get it, if it's just a random set, right now you can go down the street and go buy some Darkness Ablaze. You can go buy some older sets. Oh, there it is. Yeah, beautiful card. I love it. I think they're doing too much Charizard, but the thing is, that's where the money's at. That's where they want. That's what they're going to keep printing. Unfortunately, well, fortunately and unfortunately.
Yeah.
So
that's a beautiful card.
It is. Hopefully, I pull it with these. Well, I have five boxes of them. 2 of them I'm going to open. 2 of them I'm going to raffle away, and 1 of them I'm going to do for a giveaway.
Ooh, that's fantastic.
Like it.
So that's going to be fun.
So the person. So how do the cards come? Tell us about ETBs. Tell us about pin boxes. Tell us about packs.
Ask me all the modern stuff. So with those, there's pin boxes and regular boxes. So the pin box is just regular size boxes. See, that's how you know I'm not a modern collector, because modern collectors would literally in the back of them will have the boxes sealed and they love it, which is fine. It's awesome. And one thing for me to reiterate is if you are into modern and if you are into pack opening, that doesn't necessarily, like I said, that you can't make money opening those. From my personal experience, I rather buy vintage than buy the newer sets, because there's already an established price for those that I know, hey, if I buy this and sell it, or if I buy this and grade it and I get this, I know what it's worth. Right now with the modern stuff, for example, the Shining Charizard B sold for $7,000. Another one sold for like $5,000, I believe. Who came up with those prices? The person that was first to market and the first person that decided, hey, I want to pay that. Are they worth that much in the future? Probably not. We don't know, but that's what it is. What it is.
You mean this card?
Dude, that's the one I want, and that's why we're making that card. I don't know, Dustin. Did you have a chance to see the card we're making?
I haven't. No.
Yeah, please show us. So tell us a little bit about that, Eli.
See it
on your website. You make metal cards.
Yeah. So other than getting sued by Pokemon themselves, but let me show you real quick.
Allegedly, Eli is making metal cards.
Yeah, allegedly. So this is how I got back into Pokemon game. We actually started. Let me see. There you go. We actually started making metal Pokemon cards. It's art. I love Pokemon. I was able to find me and another artist hooked up, and then we found a distributor because I saw these metal cards. I wasn't the first to come up with that idea. I have no idea who came up with it, but I'm the one that's running away with it and coming out with newer ones that people are not putting out. So if you guys go out right now and try to find this VMAX, you're not going to find it. Nobody has it unless they come up and start making it right after me, which we have a signature on ours, so you know which one's ours. But this is a metal card, and pretty much what they are is just custom art that we make. And right now we have pre-orders for them. We only make 100 of everything that we make. So right now we're already at 94 left. People are already pre-ordering them because when they come out, they're going to be $13.99. So right now, if you pre-order, you get a discount. And
I might have to put in pre-order.
Well, Bubble creators get 1 cent to them. So
okay, cool.
Also, just to let you guys know, for these guys, if you go to my store and anything you buy in the store, use code NASH and you'll get 5% off for these guys.
Use the code NASH, guys.
Yeah. So if you go to that's graded cards, I can't read it now. Here you go.
And I actually won a graded card off of Eli in a raffle recently.
Ooh. Was it a graded Diglett?
You know what? I'm really tempted to make a Diglett for you guys.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's the other thing. A lot of people want us to make a lot of cards, but we have to make 100 at a time. So we have to make sure, as you see, there's a lot of Charizards on here, just like Pokemon.
That Charizard is still for sale. The GX.
Which
one?
Shiny? Yeah, we have a couple of those left.
I think I'm gonna have to get one of those.
So the way
look at that Green Ranger card.
So the way the way it works is like this Charizard right here, this Mew on this side. Those are cards that you can get if I run out. You can get on eBay. That's where we got the original idea from, and then we kind of ran with this. So like this, secret rare energy. You're not gonna find that anywhere else. Those are my cards. So we're not making other people's cards. Now we have our own art, like the Green Ranger. I'm a big Green Ranger fan. So we're starting to make our own cards now, and
awesome.
maybe somebody might cop our art in the future, but right now we're the only ones that have them at the moment.
Hey, maybe we'll make a Nashville Flippers one, and we can put our ugly mugs on it, right, Dustin?
So yeah, that's our Dragonite that we just came out with.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah,
that's so cool.
That's pretty much how that works. So pre-order if you can, guys.
I'm definitely gonna be picking up those two Charizards. It just looks cool, you know.
I like them, and then you get some people who are like, well, why am I gonna pay for that? Well, it's just art, you know. I'm just having fun with it. People love them, having them in the background, and it's like you, like I said, people, you have your Charizard. I'm probably never gonna get that Charizard, so now I have my own.
You never know. So the middle card that you're making is this. It's this card.
And the funny thing with that is, if you look at your card, you see the stars. We took those little stars that have like the cartoony stars. We took them out. A lot of people didn't like them. I personally don't like them, so we took them out of the art.
Hey, that card looks a little bent, Ray.
Oh, nah, you're good. You're okay.
It's the
don't push it in with your finger.
What's that?
Did you watch it? Don't push it in with your finger. Just don't do that.
I think it's the card saver. Anyways. So
card savers do that.
Yeah. If you guys have any questions, please let us know, and we'll try to answer them to the best of our ability. So let's get to the next topic, Eli. Let's talk about. So you're talking about a lot of vintage and modern. Could you explain to us a little bit about what those two terms mean?
So pretty much, to make it very simple, modern cards are the sets that are just coming out, or maybe a couple years ago. So like right now we have Champions Path, we have the new set coming out, whatever new set coming out in February. You see me stumbling my words. I don't know what the sets are because I don't open them. But if you talk about vintage, you're talking about base set too. That's where it gets really confusing because there's so many sets that even the newer generation haven't got around to. That was our thing 20 years ago. And then you can get even deeper where you talk about Wizards of the Coast sets, and then that's a whole different thing, which hopefully maybe we can talk about that later. But when I talk about vintage, to make it very simple, is you're talking about cards years ago, 20 years ago or 10 years ago. I would say Skyridge set and before is what I would consider vintage. So you have like Neo Genesis, base set, Jungle, Fossil. There's quite a few sets. That's vintage. Those are what I like to invest into because, one, like I said, those are out of print. They're not making those again. You can't get those again, which is why a Charizard or Shadowless First Edition goes for so much money, because guess what? You can't go find those boxes unless they're saved from somebody that has it from so long ago. And I believe the reason why that box that Logan Paul bought is I think maybe there's like 6 of those known in the world. So now let's say I'm just throwing a number, I don't know 100%, but maybe there's 5 now. That box is going to go up in value. But if I wanted to go get some more Darkness Ablaze, I can go down the street and go get some more. Mm-hmm. That's why they're not as valuable as the vintage sets.
Yeah. That's crazy. So yeah, let's we got some questions in the chat. So we have Emily Conway here, and I know Emily and I were talking Pokemon yesterday. So Emily, if you have any questions, let us know. She just says, I don't know, but I would be terrified shipping these out and trusting USPS with this. So what's a good way to do that, Eli? Like, what do you do? So
this is where I literally ship out USPS probably like 20 to 30 times a day with packages that people are buying. We're doing raffles now, so now I'm shipping out cards that have quite a bit of value. I literally just shipped out 100 cards to PSA. Raw cards probably worth about $800-900. After they get graded, even at minimum grades, probably worth anywhere from $7,000 to $10,000. So even if they don't make it to PSA, if they get lost in futuristic numbers, if they would have came back to me, I'm losing thousands of dollars. So I totally understand how that works. There's several things you can do to help yourself, but at the end of the day, risk is risk. What I do automatically is I always pay for insurance for my packages. When you go to PSA, I use USPS. You can use FedEx, whatever you want to use, but you always pay for insurance because when you lose the package, there's a process to make a claim and maybe get some money back, so that way you don't lose it all. I still rather have my cards though. The other thing you can do is pack very well. You know, you want to make sure that nothing's leaking out. When like I said, I send out those 100 cards. I pack that sucker very well because you would hate for a piece of the tape to come off the bottom or the top, and then your cards spill out, and then you lose all your cards. Worst case, they spill out. Somebody sees what they are. They keep them. You don't know. You know. So one thing is pack very well. Use bubble wrap. Use card savers if you're sending card savers. Top loaders, penny sleeves, real well boxes, and then insurance. That's all you can do. And then after you give it to them, pray.
I heard that. You talk about top loaders and penny sleeves and then card savers. Explain to I have some too, Eli, if you don't have anything nearby. Explain to us what those are. And let's say Dustin and I are opening up these Darkness Ablaze packs and we happen to pull out the Charizard. We want to put it into a penny sleeve. So what is a penny sleeve?
So penny sleeve is going to be this little guy right here. As you can see here, I bought 100 of these, and it cost me $1. They're not very expensive, and the real big frustrating things, especially guys, if you're selling to some people, and it's quite a good card, even if it's just a common card, I highly suggest if you want to get better ratings, because I look at this tremendously. I literally got in 2 Shadowless Bulbasaur's commons. They're 20-euro cards, and they literally put them in a top loader with no penny sleeve. The penny sleeve, especially with hollows, is going to prevent scratches. Don't put more than one in one penny sleeve. Like, don't be cheap. Put in individual ones.
It's a penny, right?
Yeah, it's literally a penny. It stops it from scratching, you know. And so everything I ever send out, it's going to be in a penny sleeve. And then, guys, my metal cards, they're made of metal. They won't bend. I still put them in a top loader, which is this. Once you put it in a penny sleeve, let me just grab one of these cards. You literally just put it in the top loader. Put it in the top loader. Don't do this. Just hit it on the bottom a little bit, and it'll start going down. That's all you got to do. The reason why you don't want to push it in is because you don't want to bend the card or nick the card. Like with your nail, you can literally nick the card, and that's not going to be good as well. So now, top loaders are great for yourself, maybe to ship out to somebody. When you send to PSA, you want to use what's called a card saver. Actually, Ray, can you show yours? Do you have it next to you? Because I'm going to show the difference. See, Ray's is bigger than mine. His is a card saver 1.
Mine's always bigger than yours, Eli.
This is a card saver 2. And so what happens is always buy the card saver 1s. Reason being is because it's bigger. As you can see, like I told him to do, is he put in a card saver 1, and then he even put a pull tab on top. That is, what do we call those?
Posted
tabs. You buy those for like $4, guys. Mm-hmm. When you send to PSA, they have to take the card out. Yeah, they have to take the card out so it's easier for them to pull that tab, so that way they don't have to grab your card or bend it. So little stupid things like this make a real big deal, especially if you're getting into grading cards. It sounds tedious, but if you can't keep up with the tedious stuff, then just don't do it, because it's just gonna be bad.
Yeah, it's a hobby, you know. Yeah. So let's get into the chat a little bit. Flip says Lionheart lost his first edition. Yeah, if you guys don't know who Lionheart, it's my favorite PokeTuber on YouTube. He had a first edition Charizard that got. I think he was sending it to PSA or Beckett. I can't remember.
I would say PSA because Beckett's like right down the street from him.
Yeah. So yeah, I think they knew who he was and they took that card. That's my guess.
At this point, I think. Don't quote me on this. I think the FBI is even helping him try to find his card. It's literally, I can believe it, like a $50,000 card. It's more than grad theft. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's insane. Bulbasaur says, I am in the Giving Bulbasaur Discord. Emily says, oh my God, what kind of money? Get on a plane and hand deliver it for sure. Hey, I might do. I mean, think about like what Logan Paul paid $200,000 for that. Like, what do you get a ticket for Southwest for $59?
I would. I totally would. I would not trust the mail system. If I had that type of money, I would. And then PSA has a walk-in service too. I think it's like $1,000. It even goes to like $2,000 for like same day. You can walk in, give it to them, they grade it and give it right back to you. You just gotta pay $2,000 or something like that.
But if you got a $200,000 Charizard, then
yeah, you probably have $2,000 with you.
Yeah,
it ain't gonna matter. That's crazy. There is 25 to 30 sealed boxes of first edition base set left in the world.
But are those shadowless though? That's the difference. So there's the difference between first edition base set, which go for supposedly 25. Well, they were doing, like you said, $25,000. I saw a few listings right after Logan Paul going for 50. Somebody bought it for 50. And then there's a difference between first edition base set and then first edition shadowless base set. Those are what Logan Paul bought. That's the complete difference. Those are more rare than the base set.
The shadowless is rarer than the shadow.
That's crazy.
How do they know which base set you're buying?
So the box itself, I believe the box itself has a little the plastic has something different. I'm not 100% sure, but if you Google and check out probably Logan Paul, because I think he kind of goes, no, not him. I can't remember. If you put up shadowless base set, I would even Google shadowless first edition base set box versus this. See what pops up. I've never even came close to even looking at one of those boxes, so I would not even know.
Yeah, right. So real quick subject. I'm going on a tangent here. Did you get the chance to watch the actual Logan Paul opening of the cards?
Yeah, we had a TikTok.
That's
live.
right. Yeah, that bald guy giving him all that fake information. What was that about? Bulbasaur for 30 grand? He must have like stacks of first edition Bulbasaurs.
Everybody sold out on Bulbasaurs. No lie, they sold out real quick.
That's hilarious.
It's crazy because that guy, I remember when he first came onto TikTok, he had no followers, but he had these crazy cards. I think right now he's at 30,000 followers. Like, I want to say within less than a month. And, I'm not one to talk bad about somebody, but I don't believe those numbers were accurate.
No.
I really don't. So I'm putting it out there just in case, maybe hashtag Logan Paul. Hey, Logan Paul, I'm not the top one, but hey, if you want to hire me for Pokemon information, I'm right there. But you don't even have to pay me. I'll be right there.
Right? Even me, too, where I'm not deep in the hobby like you are, Eli. I'm like, $30,000 for the bulb. It's like, that doesn't make any sense.
For a second, when he said that, I was like, really? What? Because I was
even him was like, are you sure? And he was like, yeah, man. And
it's
like, no.
Too.
He was really nervous or something. I don't know what he was doing. So Emily says, what are the top selling ones right now? Are you for cards, Emily? Are we talking about vintage? Or are we talking about modern? Those are two different things. Modern, I would think for the vintage, it will probably be the Bulbasaur, right?
Yeah, trust me. It's gonna be like the way you have to see. So that's where it gets really crazy because, like I said, Pokemon's been around for so long that there's so many different things that you can do. You can buy old vintage cards. You can buy like base set 2, things like that. You can even buy the packs themselves, and those are worth money. People literally can sell the art of the packs that are empty. Modern, okay. So I see that. So there's so many things now. There's error cards. There's misprints. There's miscuts. There's so much going on. But when we get into modern, the top one I would say is probably the newest card that you have going on right now, which is going to be like your card or the hyper rare. Now there's other cards in modern, but I would just highly suggest what I personally would do. I can't grab it right now, but what I would personally do if you're trying to get into figuring out the top card is make a list of all the sets. And then once you make a list of all the sets, do your work of researching that specific set and finding out what's the top card in that set. So when you're out there looking around, I literally bought a first edition Raichu Shadowless from a guy for $20. Yeah, for $20.
That's crazy.
And then it came with his unlimited Charizard. Total, I paid $80. I got his first edition Zapdos in French, which is at PSA right now. I got his unlimited Charizard. I got his first edition Raichu. I got his Blastoise, and I got his Venusaur from the unlimited set for $80. He didn't care. I didn't lowball him. It's just like, hey, I want $80. Take the lead. It was a local buy.
You just robbed that man.
I didn't rob him. I gave him what he asked for. So it was
he robbed himself.
He robbed himself. And that's the thing too. Like if I have we have our Discord. I have a lot of people asking me, hey, you want to buy my cards? I'm more than welcome to buy cards. Right now, I'm a little slowing down because I have quite a bit right now. I'm not a rich man, but I've I save a lot to where I need when I need to buy. Right now, I'm investing a lot into Pokemon PSA cards because we're doing raffles, so I need to get that in here. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is try to find out on your own from each set what cards, and then pick like the top 5 from each set. So when you're searching around, looking around, if somebody's like, "Hey, I'm selling this," hey, instantly. I may not know how much it's worth right now, but I know that's a top card. I need to keep an eye out for that.
Yeah.
That's the best thing to do.
So anything Charizard right now, you would probably have to keep an eye out.
Yeah, anything Charizard, and then for example, like some people that may not think like modern sets have money in it, but like for example, the Charizard from Evolutions, regular holo, it's a reprint from the way back when. But guess what? That box, that set was so horribly made that if you can get a PSA 10 in that Charizard holo, it's a $2,000 card.
That's crazy.
$2,000 card. So is that my gift for coming? Dude, you're so nice, bro. I appreciate it. My address is
right. So this is the Evolutions box that he's talking about, where they reprinted all the vintage ones on here, right?
Huh.
It's crazy.
So tell us about, you said so you have a story with this promo card.
Yeah, dude, I have like 20 of those in here. I put so much right there.
You bought them for cheap, super cheap.
$3.
And now how much are they going for?
PSA 10s are $10. I mean $100. So you want to get a little bit into grading because I want to put a little disclaimer out there. So a lot of people see that
I put these back on my shelf.
Okay, cool. Those are cool. I wonder if he's gonna keep them sealed, like if he's ever gonna open them.
I'm gonna open them. I'm gonna sneak in there, open them.
He told me that you're our brother-in-law, right?
Yep.
Okay, grab me one. Please, cash.
Okay, I got you.
The way he's gonna
What about this? Look at this.
Oh wow. Dude, that's crazy. How much you get that for? Like $10 at a
garage sale?
Told you. I don't know how much you paid for it. Yard sales are awesome.
I guarantee you paid $1.50.
Yeah.
What? You did not.
I think I did. Something dumb.
That's
some dumb.
That's crazy.
I threw in the hat.
Disclaimer for a graded card. So a lot of people, and it's funny that you bring up that Charizard because a lot of people came at me.
That's why I wanted to bring it up, because I knew that you had a history with that Charizard card.
Yeah, a lot of people come at me saying, "Oh, you're stupid for buying that card." When it comes to grading cards, especially with like almost modern, it's a risk. Anytime you do anything, understand, guys, that none of this is rock solid unless it's vintage, because there's an established market. When it comes to newer sets, when I look up cards right now for that Charizard PSA 10, it's about $100. Does that mean it's going to be $100 6 months from now when they come back from PSA? It could be more. Awesome. Guess what? It could be less. You never know. That's the gamble you're taking when you grade cards, which is why people pay me $100 if let's say it's still $100 when they come back. That's why they pay the people that have graded cards, because we're taking the full risk of taking the time to buy the cards, pay to get them graded, and have them sent back to hopefully when they come back, I can make some money. That's why people pay more for graded cards too, because they don't have to deal with that hassle. So that's my little disclaimer. I don't want everybody buying out the Charizards being like, and 6 months from now when they get it back, like, "Oh, your most are totally lied to me. I lost all my money." I'm like, "Oh, please."
It's like the stock market, just like anything else. If you're buying sneakers, if you're buying baseball cards, basketball cards, anything like that, it's going to go up and down. But I don't see it ever depreciating in value.
Yeah. Like I said, there's a bubble, but we just don't know what it is. Maybe the CEO does something horrible, and then things fall. But for me, since I've been back in Pokemon, the community is just so crazy, and they're so in love with the cards. It's so nostalgic, especially with the older generation like us. I don't see it going away, really. They have to do something really bad for something to happen.
Now, there's a card that I really want that Eli sent some off to PSA. Hopefully, he'll sell me one. This is the card that I want.
That's awesome.
I was like, this card right here, this might be my favorite card as of right now in a modern set, because it just brings up so much nostalgia for me. Ash's Pikachu, I think it's called.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't mind collecting this, and I think there's a Japanese version and there's a Chinese version. I don't know. It's fantastic. I think I'm just going to start buying them all up, but I would like to just buy a PSA 10, to see what, I don't know, what
Let
it's
me share
going
this.
for.
Let me show you what I just bought, and you might like it just because it's kind of the red.
Yeah.
Is it the Pikachu or is it the trainer that you like, or both?
Both.
Oh, okay.
Ash's
So
Pikachu, or I guess Red's Pikachu.
all right. It's in Japanese, but I just bought
Oh,
this
that's
card.
cool too.
This looks cool though. So I'm actually thinking about doing a bunch of the trainers. Like this one's for a raffle, but I'm gonna buy one in English. But I thought you might like that just because you like the other red one.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So let's see what else is going. Oh my goodness, Blastoids buddy says. By the way, Dustin and Ray, sorry for the Titans. Sorry, your Titans have to play my Bills on Tuesday.
Ooh.
Don't get too close to us now.
Hey, I have Josh Allen on my fantasy team, so I'm kind of
Josh
torn.
Allen is a stud.
Yes.
He's a stud. But I like him better than what is that one quarterback for Baltimore? I forget his name.
Don't even start. Guys, we're out. We're out.
Yeah. Look, Mom, I'm hustling. Heck yeah. They're from Australia, Eli.
Oh wow.
It says, did someone say Pokemon? Oh yeah, baby. Flick says, what investing have you done before Pokemon cards?
Stock market. I'm actually a real estate agent, so looking for houses and stuff like that is something that I do. Before that, I took in a lot of my skills in life. So I started in sales. I have over 10 years of sales and marketing experience. So I started with the company. I'm not gonna say the company because I don't know if that's gonna do anything, but pretty much what they would do is they would take you at a young age, and they would train you to sell whatever they want you to sell. And pretty much they'll tell you I've sold everything from phones to internet to solar panels to I can put your credit if you want me to.
Hey, there
Everything.
you go.
Like so, I've done all that, and pretty much how it went is like I just kept upgrading myself to which one paid me the most on commissions, and just kept going from there. And now I'm a real estate agent. That's the peak of where I'm at. Now the next thing is to be a real estate investor, to buying and flipping houses. So that's how this happens. Going to flea markets, going to thrift stores, find that dollar thing that's technically $100 if I sell it. That's what I love to do, and so that's why with you guys, I love what y'all doing because I feel like y'all are just like me, trying to find those treasures.
Yeah,
that's kind of what Pokemon is to me. Finding those treasures to turn $1 into $10 and multiply from that.
Yeah, I know a lot of people, especially we get a lot of slack, and Emily gets this too. People will go to Goodwill and we'll find something that's like I don't know, like $1, and it's worth like $100. But people are like, "Why'd you get it for $1? So and so, those are for the poor folks. So and so needs it for his Christmas present." Jimmy down the street said, that he's broke and needs it, and I'm like, we're just brokers. We find things that people want and sell it for what the market value is going for it. And then people don't really know how Goodwill works, so people get upset about that. They think it's like last time I checked, I didn't think they were checking W-9s at the door, and see how much you make.
Sorry, sir, you can't come in here.
Yeah, exactly.
I would just say Goodwill is very good at marketing with their name. That's all that is.
Oh, for sure. So Cajun is in the building. He says, hello, Emily. Good to see Cajun. Flix FPS says there's a Comic-Con coming in Baltimore in a few days. You think there will be any vendors there? I'm sure. Right, Eli?
I've never been to a Comic-Con. There's been a few here. I just never got around to because I'm so busy, but I would love to go. I would just go. Even if there isn't any vendors, just go. Have fun.
Oh, for sure. I'm surprised they're doing that. Getting everybody together and to do that,
They stop a few of them. I remember like the big ones. They stopped a few, but some people still do some here and there.
Yeah. B-Man 104 says hello, everyone. Good to see you.
What's up?
Flix says online. That's wild. Okay. Emily says hello, B-Man. And did I get Alpha Child says Pokemon cards are like stocks. The difference is that they're a lot of more fun. Heck yeah, they are. Let's see. Flick says, I like to think the base set unlimited commons and modern commons are like penny stocks, and then the vintage hollow and first editions are like blue chip stocks. That's great. It sounds like you know a little bit more about Pokemon than you think.
These are here. Look, these are unlimited Bulbasaurs.
That's $90,000 you got in your hands, right?
Dude, I am out. I'm investing all into Bulbasaurs. These are Bulbasaurs. These are not era cards. It's just regular Unlimited Bulbasaur's common. They're in very good condition. I would say probably PSA 9 or an 8. I'm highly buying those cards because once the first edition and all those other before like Chalice, they're out, the next set is going to be the unlimited set. And when you can pay $1 for a card and get it graded and maybe sell it for 100, 200, 300 in the future, that's what I call long-term investing right there.
So you have the first edition set, the first edition base set that first came out, right? And then you have what's the second one? What's the second one called? Second edition?
I want to say, so I can't remember. So I think it's between Chalice and base set 2.
Okay. Base set 2 is probably the one I'm thinking of.
I don't remember which one came first, though.
Yeah, and then there's Unlimited.
Yeah, the unlimited set.
So that's like the third one, and it's the same cards, but they were just released in different times.
Yeah, and then the way you know if something is a Shadowless, because there's some Shadowless without the first edition, between Shadowless and Unlimited is one on top on the HP, the numbers gonna be thin, as well as there's no shadow. That's a little harder for me to tell, especially on pictures. But the very easy way is go way to the bottom where it has the years. It will say 99. Unlimited doesn't have that, so that's how you know that's not something Shadowless.
Okay, cool. Now you talk about error cards also, Eli. Could you touch bases on that? I don't know if you have any error cards laying around, but I know in Logan Paul he had several error cards. Which one of the common ones back in I guess base set was they got the length and the weight. So they would put length and length.
Yeah, they put length and length. There's now I personally want to get into errors because I think they're just really cool. When I start looking them up, there's so many. There's so many. And so pretty much what an error means is just it's a card that technically has something on it that wasn't supposed to be. So for example, just make it real simple, that $30,000 Bulbasaur that you saw in Logan Paul, instead of saying length and weight, it said length and length. That's an error because it was supposed to say weight. Those are really cool cards, and some people just collect error cards, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I know for sure from doing my research, something else that happens during the first edition base set is that the first edition stamp could sometimes be gray instead of black.
Yeah.
And that's when the printer was running out of ink, and so that stamp was actually a gray stamp instead of a black stamp. And so those are worth way more because there's less of them, right, Eli?
Those are cool. I personally have never got my hands on one. It's funny how you say this. Literally yesterday, it's not an error card, but literally yesterday I had somebody message me and offered me unlimited Charizard, Blastoise, and Venusaur. We just couldn't come to a price. I was thinking of first edition the stamp. I'm like, no, they want first edition. They'll be way more than what I was offering.
So what were they offering? What was the price that they wanted you to buy them?
At the end guys, if you're ever gonna talk to everybody, if you're ever gonna come to me and ask me to buy your cards, know one thing. I make this very public. I'm not gonna buy retail. I'm your quick cash guy that you just need money and you want to get rid of your cards, but you just don't have them. So I'm not gonna offer you retail. The reason being is because I can just go buy them for retail from a known person that's established with good ratings. I don't know you. So I'm not going to pay retail. He wanted me to throw a number out first. First of all, I don't ever throw numbers out first.
We all know that from being negotiators, right?
He wanted me to outbid myself when you're probably like at $1 or something. So he was really cool. We ended up, we're cool guys, and he had so much other stuff. I go, hey, let's start a negotiation. If we can come up something, then I'll come back and buy more. And that's one thing is like, if you sell something to me and we have a good transaction, I'm gonna come back and buy more. So, I didn't lowball him, but he had no number for me because he's like, just throw me a number. So I was just like, 400. I'm not gonna give you the farm, but I'll give you $400 if you just say yes. And then he said he's talking to other people getting numbers, and I was like, okay. I even went to eBay and got the listings of his condition, and I even said to him, hey, look, honestly, this is what your cards are. I'm helping him out to let him know what his cards are worth to outbid myself. That's how nice I am. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, he's like, I won't take less than $1,000, even though none of the listings showed near $1,000. Most of the charts are maybe $700, and I'm just like, you're just being ridiculous at this point. But hey, good luck. You know, if you change your mind, like I have some quick cash here, maybe 5, 6, 700 bucks I can do for all of them. But you let me know. You know, I'm not trying to give away the farm. I gotta take them and make some money. What if they get lost in the mail? I'm out money. You know?
Got that right. So Joni J says, almost missed you guys. Good to see you, Joni. Hope you're doing okay. Let's see here. Emily says, also, we are providing a service for people making them valuable and clickable for we're talking about the Goodwill there. Flick says, I went last year as a joke and it was actually a blast. Comic-Cons are awesome. Just like Grubhub, you pay them extra. Same with Uber. Got that right. Flick says, I've been researching the past 2 weeks. I've just like to take my time and for sure. Always take your time. Let's see here. Just talking to Flick. Would you say it even worth grading, or is it going to come back 5 or 6 or 7? I don't know exactly what card she's talking about there. So with Pokemon and sports cards super hype, what about something like Yu-Gi-Oh? Any thoughts?
I love Yu-Gi-Oh. So I personally am not. You what?
I got a bad experience with that on eBay.
Came out
That's right.
So with Yu-Gi-Oh, I personally love Yu-Gi-Oh. It's one of my favorites. So I'm actually right now not investing. I'm doing my collector side, and I'm actually going back and collecting the original Dark Magician Dark Magician, Blue Eyes White Dragon, Buster Blader, and I'm collecting those, sending them to PSA, and keeping those myself. When it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh, there is a big market. It's not as big as Pokemon, but there is a market there. Same as anything else, you just got to do your research, see what they're selling for, see what you can buy them for, and just go from there. So for people that are here, like maybe Pokemon is not your thing. Whatever your thing is, maybe it's Funko Pops, maybe it's old vintage toys. Do the research. You can do the numbers and flip anything as long as you're willing to do the work for it. That's pretty much how it works.
That's great advice. I know that one of the things with me is that, the sports cards were getting really hot. And I like sports. I like football. I like basketball, but I'm like not deep in the weeds in basketball as, the cards were going for. So I didn't want to get into something that I really didn't understand. But I understood Pokemon. I know I'm very familiar with Pokemon. So that's when I started doing some research and then found out that it's like, man, this hobby is hotter than ever. And then since then, it's gotten red hot.
I should never get rid of my old cards at a garage sale when I was 9 years old.
So, speaking of red hot, not red hot.
Do I got to open a pack for you guys so we can pull something?
You might have
maybe. Let's see here. So the last one's going to be the rare card.
Just
we know that because if it's a green card, we're not going to have anything good. Like Eli was talking about how
maybe there's an error pack. You never know.
That's true.
Hey.
It's packed. That'd be great. That'd be cool.
So that's the reverse hollow and the rare.
Boo.
Nothing. So let's see here. It says he got the card collection PTSD LOL Yu-Gi-Oh thing. Yeah. Dustin tell us about just real quick, Dustin. Tell us your story about your Yu-Gi-Oh.
I was gonna ask, but I didn't know if it was like too personal.
Well, I ended up getting half my money back because.
Tell us about what you did. What happened?
Give me 5. This is probably one of my bigger finds. Like when I first started going, me and Ray started going. It was just a brown box. I grabbed it. It was heavy, had some weight to it. Sliced it open. About 10 boxes of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, like in the boxes. And I think they were going for like $50 to $100 a piece.
What?
Yeah. And some guy bought 6 of them. It's like, okay, that's a little, okay. I weighed every single one and took pictures before I shipped them out. And he goes,
something told you to do that too.
It was weird. And so I sent them out, and then we're on vacation. Me and my wife, little boy with my parents, and I get a message saying that I didn't get any rare cards, blah, 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 like all this stuff. And he leaves me a negative review. I'm like, okay, send them back to me. He sends them back. When I get back from vacation, they're on the front porch. I grabbed them, opened them up. All the packs have been opened up, all that stuff. I made sure everything was still back in the boxes. Weighed every single box, and they were like weighed less than what I shipped them out as. Talked to eBay, got half my money back at least. But
wow, dude. But that's not Yu-Gi-Oh's fault.
I know, or my fault. Like what? Like, come on, they were sealed in the plastic,
Yeah.
so it's like,
And that's just the risk. That's happens.
yeah.
Or-
He thought, oh, I got all 6 boxes. I want to have something.
So
I
were
mean,
they were packs or boxes of Yu-Gi-Oh
they were
cards?
boxes, booster boxes.
They were new.
Yeah, sealed.
Now you have, and the thing is too, to make it worse, I don't want to make it worse. You have no idea what was in those cards. Like they could have been
Exactly.
like a real gem in those cards in those boxes.
Exactly. So he could have just wanted his money back and like try. I don't know. Like really, the negative review. Come on, dude.
Were they old?
Yeah.
Were they old boxes? Do you know?
I can't remember off the top of my head. I couldn't tell you. It was like literally when I first started reselling, probably 2.5 years ago.
Okay.
So
Yeah, it was like one of the first things. But I know that I've seen videos too, Eli, where people somehow they'll open up the packs, repack them, or reseal the packs, and then
So
take them back to Walmart or Target or wherever, which
that's
is
crazy.
scary.
Is
How
it?
people
That
are
is.
doing that.
and then that's the thing, like with old vintage cards. If you want to get into something crazy, is old vintage cards. They can repack and resell those,
Mhm.
and they can sell them as they were heavy at one point, and now they're light, and they can still sell them for like $400 now. And they took the really good card out of there. Like there's so many things that you have to be very wary. Now there's some things you can tell, like the back of the thing, how they mess with it, but for the most part, it's very scary.
Trying to
Yeah.
find.
Flix FPS says, same here. I love Pokemon as a kid. Heart Gold is my favorite game of all time. And luckily I kept mine. Oh, that's awesome. I want to know what everyone's favorite Pokemon is. Put that down in the chat. I want to know what's your favorite Pokemon, Eli?
Oh, I would never guess what my favorite Pokemon is. I'll just give you my top 5. My favorite one is Bulbasaur, just because, like I said, it was the first Pokemon I picked. It's just nostalgic. Like I had a choice, and I made my choice. So I would give you my top 5 would be Bulbasaur, Gengar, uh, Alakazam, Rayquaza, and Gyarados.
Nice. Mine are weird. Pikachu's mine. I like Pikachu. I like Psyduck. I like Slowpoke. I like all the weird ones, man.
Like a slow bro or a slow king, like
Yeah, I like Slowpoke. I like Snorlax. Like all the really weird ones. What about you, Dustin? Who's your favorite Pokemon?
I don't have a huge list because I literally just got back into it. But I mean, gotta say Pikachu, Squirtle, Bulbasaur,
Squirtle,
the OG ones.
OGs.
That's why I still hate myself for getting rid of the OG cards.
Yeah,
Hey, I was a kid and wanted that quick cash.
you
For
never
sure.
know. That's the thing too, and that's the other reason why we also can get into modern cards. Like for your shining card that you have, the Charizard. I honestly wouldn't sell it. I would grade it and keep it because you don't know what it's going to be worth
Right.
10, 20 years from now for your kids.
And that's what I'm kind of doing. Like I'm getting all these modern ones and then gonna give them down to my little boy when he's like 15, 16. Hey, hold on to these. You can do as you please, like when you're out of the house, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
And you can, and that's the only thing. Like I'm more of a quick guy. I want to make my money kind of fast, but then there's a long-term investment you can do. Like for example, the ETB you have the promo Charizard. I sent to the PSA. It's $75 for quick ship. They should be coming back next week. Hopefully I can get. They have them listed at $1,000 right now. Like I said, none of them sold, but maybe as a PSA 10, maybe $500 out of a box that you paid $50 for and paid an extra $75 for. You never know what you can sell it for. So those can be quick flips, or you can just hold it and wait to see what happens later.
That's good. So Callie Picker says, Emily, you are everywhere. LOL. Emily says, thanks, James. CL Furlong says, thanks for answering. I started my flipping with Yu-Gi-Oh.
Nice.
Thanks, folks. This has been a great. I'm a jump. Thanks, folks. Thank you for stopping by. It's been awesome. He's one of the OGs, part of the Flip fam. Flix FVF says, I can't believe I've already been 77 minutes. Oh, yeah, this is going really quick for sure. Now he hears Yu-Gi-Oh! And he's going to punch something. Oh, Dustin.
It's going to happen.
Yeah. Joni says, why did you take them back? Don't be scared of negative. We know when someone is trying to get over. I think he's talking about the Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards.
Returns? Did they ask for a refund, like a return?
Yeah.
What did you have? Like no returns?
Well, you got your money. You got your money back on them, right, Dustin?
Yeah, like about half. But
yeah, for sure. Well, Emily says, "Well, you see Charmander all over my channel, so yeah, that's her favorite." Alpha Chow says, "My favorite Pokemon moment is Umbreon, or Pokemon is Umbreon. Can you guess mine? Blastoids. Okay." Alpha Chow says, "Green Ninja. Green Ninja's pretty cool. Cypher. Ray, those are all normal ones. LOL. I like them. I like them.
I can catch it.
Need the Rocket Intel EX. See, she knows a little bit about Pokemon.
I've seen that.
Yeah, Squirtle is one of my favorites too. That was my first starter. Squirtle Squad, baby. Shout out to the Squirtle Squad.
Squirtle just waters my Bulbasaur. That's all it does.
Oh, that's funny. So now we're gonna get to the beef, the bread and butter of this. Let's talk about grading.
Bread and butter.
Ah, yes, my favorite thing.
Let's talk about grading Pokemon. Could you just explain to everybody what grading? You have your raw card. I have my shiny Charizard that's fixing to get sent off to PSA to get graded.
Okay.
Explain to the people what that means, Eli.
So quick and fast, you have a raw card and you want to get it graded. And there's several reasons you want to get it graded. I just did a video on this. One, which is above all reasons to get cards graded, is because it brings more value to the card. Most of 9 out of 10, what you pay for your card raw is going to be worth more when it's graded. The reason I say that is because when you get the grade of that card, if it's a low grade, it can make it worse. So, for example, let's take Shiny Charizard from Hidden Fates. Right now, as a PSA 10, it's like $1,500. But anything lower than that is probably like $600. But it sells for $400 to $600 raw. So you ain't making no money. So pretty much what you're doing is you're taking your raw card, getting it encapsulated and certified through a company that says, hey, the condition of this card is this from 1 to 10. That's pretty much all it is.
And how do they determine that grade?
So they determine that grade based on the card. So they look at everything from the corners to whitening on the card, scratches, bends, creases, just overall condition of your card. When it comes to grading, I honestly, 90% of the time, I don't even look at the card of the grade. If it's like, I don't get in very detailed. Like if I look at a card and I see like a bin, okay, great. I don't really want that card. But for the most part, if it's near mint, I'm sending it to get graded. The reason being is that I did the numbers on my card, and I know if I bought this card, like for this one example, I bought this card for $1, and I'm gonna pay $10 to get it graded. I'm only in $11. So even since it's near mint, even if I get a 7, 8, or 9, I know I could probably double my money or more likely get like $80 for this card. If it comes back to 10, awesome. I'm probably gonna get top dollar for my card. So that's why the numbers are very important when you do them, because you need to know, like for example, that shiny Charizard, those are the ones you need to understand. In big money, you need to understand how to look at grades, because the grade does really affect how much money you're going to make.
Nice. Now, what are the companies that do the grading?
So we'll just talk about the top two. It's going to be PSA and BGS, which is Beckett. Those are the two companies that you can go to. There's other ones, CGC, GMA, and there's other smaller companies. But overall, when you want to get the most bang for your buck, you're going to go to PSA and Beckett.
Which one would you recommend over PSA or Beckett?
That really, personally, I do PSA. Now know that there is a wait time on all grading, because grading right now is so popular. You're gonna have to wait for your cards. If you're sending regular, which is most time is like $10, you're gonna be waiting 6 to 8 months to get your cards back. There's other services. That you can pay for, but like I said, I pay for Express. I sent my regular cards in. I sent like 25 cards in back in July. They're only on stage 3, not even stage 4. I sent Express a week ago, and I'm already on stage 4. But I paid $75 than a $10, so it's a big difference on the price.
Mm-hmm.
The only time I would ever send something to Beckett personally is Beckett has this thing where they grade cards, and they have subgrades on there. Like on the bottom, they'll say corners, surface, and that's when they really get into the details. For me personally, with Beckett, the only time you want to send it there is for what's called a black label, a pristine Beckett card. That's when there's nothing wrong with the card. It is perfect. For example, that shiny Charizard from Hidden Fates, like I said, As a PSA 10, it is $1,500. As a Beckett Black Label 10, it's about a $10,000 card.
Dang.
So great difference, and they're the same condition supposedly. But Beckett has a lot harder grading, which is why it can go for so much more, because they're very into like, hey, let me look at this card. I personally have never used Beckett, so I can't say from getting cards back saying, oh yeah, the difference. But you can go on YouTube, people they send some to Beckett, they send some to PSA, and then kind of see what happens. So you can do that as well.
Nice. So how often do you send your cards to go and get graded?
So like I said, I'm pretty new into it. So what I do is there's some people that they'll send like quite a bit. I like to stack my cards until I at least get 100 cards. I sent in 100. I sent 25, and then when I started doing, I sent 100. Right now I'm up to 200. I'm about to send a 200 submission. Probably by the end of this month I'll probably send it, because I'm waiting. Every time I'm like, oh, I'm gonna send cards right now, I see some more bulk or some more stuff. I'm like, okay, let me buy those. I'm like, well, I want to wait to get those cards in, and then I'm always doing that. So now I'm just stacking. But on the topic of grading, I don't know if you want to talk about the middleman service, because that probably could be very beneficial for a lot.
Yeah, let's get into that. But when let's say you send your stuff in bulk, let's say you have those 200 cards, and you just use the regular economy grading service.
Yeah.
Are you paying $10 per card, or are you paying $10 for submission?
You're paying $10 per card, and when you have a membership, let's talk about this. Is strictly talk about PSA, because I know more about them than Beckett. With PSA, when you have a membership, sometimes they will do promotions. For example, the first time I did PSA, instead of paying $10 for the card, I actually paid $7.50 per card. But I had to send a minimum of 25 cards. So they sometimes have minimums where they'll have promotions say, hey, you can send 25 to get this price, or send 50 or 100 to get this price. And that changes a lot of times. So it just depends on what promotion they're running when you're trying to send cards.
Okay, cool. Let me get into this comment right quick, because I think this is a good one. Flick says, are there some cards that you just know the value of looking through listings? That's the point that I'm trying to make. I'm not understanding the question. Are there cards that you just know the value of looking through the list?
Are you talking about me personally, or are you talking about like when you're looking yourself that you just like know? Because the only way you get to the point where you like, I just know the value of the card is by doing the research. And for me personally, if I'm looking through cards and I see, let's say, a PSA 10 Charger, like I was saying, I know that's a $1,500 card. But even at that, when you know what the value of that card is, you still want to go to recent listings on eBay, because that price does fluctuate and does change.
That's good.
I'm trying to answer it.
Yeah, no, that's great. Just quick side note for all your sports fans: the Falcons fired their coach, and the Lakers have won the NBA championship.
No way! Oh wow!
Just letting you guys know.
I made it ruin. I was going to rewatch it.
Oh, my bad. Spoiler alert. Lakers defeat Miami 106-93.
They started that game early, didn't they?
They did. It usually ends around like 10 o'clock. But yeah. So let's talk about third party. What do you call them? Middleman services.
So middleman services. So I highly recommend them. The reason being, personally, because with PSA you have to pay for a membership, which ranges anywhere from $60 to $250. That in itself is a whole thing. So if you guys want to go to my YouTube, I have a video breaking down the services and the process of doing PSA.
It's a great video. I've watched it like twice.
Really? Thank you.
Yeah, man, because it's like it's all the information that I wanted. Like when I was like, okay, I pulled this card. Now what do I do? You know?
Yeah. I also have a video on what's a company called GMA that I just posted, and that would walk you through how to use them. So a middleman service is pretty much this.
What is the name of the service? I'm sorry.
Graded Gem.
Graded Gem. They actually bought one of the packs from Logan Paul, I believe.
Yeah, they did. Oh, cool. They bought one. I don't think they pulled anything, though. They didn't pull anything. That would have been really cool, though. But with them, pretty much, so let's say Ray is PSA. So instead of me packaging my stuff and paying Ray to grade my cards and sending it directly to him, and then he grades it throughout the whole services, and he sends it directly back to me. Instead of me doing that, I'm gonna go to Dustin and say, "Hey, Dustin, I really don't want to do all the work. I really don't understand a lot. This is really good for new people. Would you mind doing the work for me and sending it to Ray so that way he can grade it?" And that's a middleman. So what Dustin's gonna do is he's gonna research the card, he's gonna package the card for you, and he's gonna send it off for you for a price. So most of the time it's at a fee. Like I think we got you another guy that charged $3. With GMA, it varies between like $8.99 and $13.99 for regular service. The more cards you send, the cheaper the price. Anything over 200 cards is only $8.99, and guess what? That's cheaper than PSA if you was to send it yourself directly to them. So it's very helpful. If you send less than like 4 cards, I believe, I think it's like $13.99. But the problem with the good thing about that is like sometimes some of these cards when you go to PSA, it's very hard to find them to input. So now Dustin's gonna do that for me. I don't have to worry about it. So it's very helpful.
And that's what I'm doing with this. So I'm sending it to a friend of Eli's as a middleman, and he's going to be doing all the work. And instead of me buying the membership for PSA, he's already got one, and I'm just going to pay him to do everything, so I don't have to worry about it. Because this is going to be my first card that I go and get graded.
So he's going to send it back to me.
Huh?
He's actually sent it back to me.
Like, where's my card? Like, oh, I sent it back to Dustin. Wait, what?
Yeah. He messaged me and said, "Hey, Ray said to send it over here. Keep it safe.
Keep it real nice and toasty." So, Dustin, you want to open up another pack, bro?
Yeah, let's do it. Maybe we'll have a white card. We've been we've
been struggling over here. Is there any modern pack that you would recommend to buy for investing in the future right now, Eli?
Yeah, because there's so many.
Your ETB and your evolutions.
Oh, the evolutions, yeah. I also have some hidden faith tins.
Yeah,
maybe.
Hey, white card. There we go. Oh, I'm excited now, Dustin.
Might have messed it up.
Did you really see it?
No, I just might have miscounted the card. Oh, maybe not.
Okay, Lightning Energy.
Can't even say the names of these new cards.
There we go.
Flaffy.
No, right? Big Parasol.
Just call it Umbrella.
Cofant. I love that. I like that card right there. And the monkey card. All right, that's the reverse hollow. So next one.
Hollow.
Not full art, but not that's
Argon.
Yeah, not a bad looking card.
It's pretty cool.
Not great. We got. We'll get. I got one more pack to open, so we'll get that later. So guys, so yeah. If anybody has any questions, make sure to we're getting down to the nitty gritty here. So we want to answer all the questions here in a little bit. Winning the title in honor of Kobe, baby. Lakers all the way. Emily says, what is your Giving Bulbasaur's YouTube? We actually have it down in the description below. It's the Giving Bulbasaur on YouTube, right, Eli?
Yeah. I've personally had several people tell me when they search my thing, it doesn't pop up. So going through here is better for you to find it. It's kind of weird. I don't know why.
I'm gonna drop the link here in the comments. So everybody go to sub to his channel for sure. Great information. I really enjoy the pros and cons of Pokemon investing video that you also have. It's one of my favorites. I'll drop that. There is the link to Eli's YouTube channel, The Giving Bulbasaur. Make sure you give him a sub. And Alpha Child says, yep, evolutions for sure. Yeah.
Drop something real quick. So just to let you know, guys, if you guys go sub, we're doing a 1,000 sub giveaway, and we're actually giving away this Zapdos base set PSA 9 worth anywhere from $100 to $150 to a special sub. So as soon as we hit 1,000, we're gonna give that away to somebody for free shipping. No matter where you live in the world, I'll pay shipping and everything.
Nice, heck yeah!
And then this
awesome.
card's going to go up in value because, like, remember I said it's a vintage card. It's from the limited set. It's going to go up in value, so it's going to be a really great card for somebody to have.
Oh, heck yeah. So unlimited set is not as expensive as the other ones right now, right?
Yeah, so I honestly, it's not a kept secret, but it's what I'm personally doing. And I'm telling everybody, hey, buy unlimited. It's risky, but at the same time, it's not because it's a vintage. I'm personally buying commons and common shadowless as well because you're not paying as much. So pretty much, like for example, this Bulbasaur I bought, paid $1 for him. But I also bought a shadowless of him, not a first edition, just a regular shadowless, and I paid $17 for them. So even the commons go for quite a bit of money. But if you can get a first, most likely you're not going to get a PSA 10. It's going to be very hard. But if you do get a PSA 10 on these, the unlimiteds are about $100. The shadowless can be go all the way up to like $400 to $500 on just a common card, which is crazy.
Nice. Okay, that's good to know. And so that pretty much about does it. I don't know if anybody else has any questions. Is there any questions that you have, Dustin, or anything that you want to just let us know, Eli, that are people that are just looking to get into the hobby?
Basically, like I said, I was gonna say if you're gonna get into grading cards, using graded gem and not paid advertisement, I wish it was, but using graded gems is very good. The other reason being is because they do a payment plan. So, for example, if you want to send in 100 cards, let's say, for example, there are 100 cards, I think it's $9.99. That's $1,000 out of your pocket that you're going to have to wait for six months. What you can do is you can split it into 4 payments for $250. So you pay $250 now and one time a month, and then you get your cards back. So that money that instead of paying all up front, you can use that to go buy more cards. And if you're working or doing anything, then you can save up the money to make the payment for the following month, so that it won't stop you from hunting. Because sometimes buying cards can be very expensive, and then to get them graded and holding that money, I don't like tying up money, so that's why I like using them.
Nice. What about you, Dustin? You got any questions for old Eli?
I mean, I think we hit it. Just which like packs would look for in stores, like if that's because that's kind of what I'm kind of doing. Because there's just so many like different ones. I'm like, I don't even know which ones to get.
The main ones would be the ones that have what we call hits or hit cards. So, like for example, Darkness Ablaze would still be something I would pull. The reason being because you get that Charizard. Other than that, if you can find Hidden Fates, I would pull those Hidden Fates. Hidden Fates is actually doing a reprint. I personally don't know what that's going to do to the value of the cards. If it's going to go up or down, but it's still worth grabbing.
Because the ETB, which is the Elite Trainers Box, that's what that stands for, of Hidden Fates is like a $300 right now.
Yep.
So because of the reprint, it'll probably drop down in price. Maybe.
But like I said, we're in a market right now where things are just a little crazy. And so let's say they do the reprint and they sell out. Well, guess what? There's maybe more ETBs on the market, but they're still not obtainable anymore once they get done printing it. You know what I'm saying? So it may dip for a little and go back up, or it may just stay where it's at.
And I think in that ETB, there's a Zapdos, Articuno, there's a card with all 3 birds on it.
Yeah, I actually have it. It's the Shadowless. It's Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres Shadowless stained glass. Great card, and which is the reason why the Charizard in your ETB from Champions Pass I sent to get graded because it's a promo card that you cannot get anymore. So I literally have the promo Charizards. I have about 10 of them right now. And some I'm sending to PSA to do a quick flip, and some I'm sending to PSA and keeping them for the long run because that PSA 10 Articuno, the PSA 10 tag team promo card from that ETB is about $300 card. So those are worth more because you can't get them anymore
until they reprint the card.
Right.
See what happens, but again, eventually you're not gonna be able to get them anymore. So it's always get things that are out of print. That's a really good thing. Promos, holiday sets that are only going to print once and not get printed again. Holiday sets are most likely not getting printed again, but the other sets most likely can have reprints.
Mm-hmm. And Hidden Fates was released for the 20th anniversary of Pokemon. Was that correct?
I have no idea.
I know that the 25th anniversary of Pokemon is coming up next year. So they'll be printing some heat for sure with that set.
I would highly suggest to get whatever promos are coming out for those things as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's great. That's great. What was it? I had something else to ask you. Explain to us what shiny means.
I actually just gave. Oh, I just packaged it. I can open it up.
Because people might, I know we were throwing that term around, shiny Charizard, shiny Mewtwo. Like, what is a shiny?
So pretty much
What's
a
a shiny?
shiny is a card or Pokemon that is not the same color as it originally should be. For example, like I have these here. Actually, I just packaged this because we did a raffle. I did a 20 card lot raffle, probably almost over $100 worth of cards, and we did $10 slots for them, and somebody won. So I'm actually about to send these out. So pretty much, let me grab all these. So pretty much these, it's horrible with light. It's so bright. Let me do that. So these are what's called shiny cards. These are different color than what they really should be. And then to basically find out which cards are which is just go to Google and type in shiny Pokemon, and it'll pop out, or even shiny Pokemon cards, and then it'll pop out and show you what cards are shiny. And most of them are going to be from your Hidden Fates and your Shiny Legends collection. That's where most of the shinies came from. The new set coming out, the one from Japan, which probably will get reprinted in English probably like February or sometime next year. Those have 149 shinies supposedly in that set out of 200 cards, I believe.
That's
if I'm
crazy.
right, but that's a lot of shinies. So I honestly, even though it's going to be a modern set, I honestly would buy that because it's shinies. People love buying shinies. It's like on the Pokemon game these days. People are always hunting for shinies, so they're gonna love those cards.
Yeah. I know the internet kind of went wild because they saw a shiny Ditto. And I don't think there ever been like a shiny Ditto before, like a shiny Ditto card.
I haven't even seen that. I gotta look that up.
Yeah. So people were like, oh, we have to get it, because there's a shiny Ditto in it. So that's really about it, guys. Thank you so much for everyone the chat that stuck with us. I hope that you guys got a lot out of this. Make sure if you guys have any further questions, hit your boy Eli up on all of his social media platforms, guys.
We also have a Discord. In our Discord, we have an investment tab where you can go in there. We all talk about how to invest and what to invest. So if you want to get more deep into it, that's where you want to do it.
Explain to us what Discord is, because I don't know what that is at all. Do you know what it is, Dustin?
I've heard of it, but I really don't.
It's
like Reddit?
It's pretty much kind of like a chat room that you can make a server for. So like I have a server and I can make different chat rooms, and then specifically we talk about in those chat rooms for that. That's pretty much a simple way to explain it.
Okay.
If you want to get it, you can download it on your computer or your phone, and you just download. It's called Discord. You download it, you make your own account, and then you can join a server. So like if you go to my TikTok or even my YouTube, I have link trees. In my link tree, you'll see my Discord, and then you can just go directly to that, and it'll take you to my server.
Okay, cool. Yeah, guys, so that about wraps it up. Make sure you follow our boy Eli. Make sure to sub to his channel so we can get that Zapdos card for the giveaway. Sub to his channel, The Giving Bulbasaur on YouTube. Hit him up on Instagram at GivingBulbasaur_grade cards, and follow him on TikTok for The Giving Bulbasaur. Pretty cool. And make sure to follow your boy and your boy Dustin at the Nashville Flippers on all social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, and if you want to buy the limited edition Nashville Flippers Pokemon hoodie, check down in the description, and get that merch. Right, Dustin?
Gotta get it.
Gotta get it, baby. So yeah, Eli, thank you so much, man. Thank you for your time, brother.
You even invited me. That's so cool of you, and I was happy to come.
Where's that last pack at?
Oh, that's right.
You gotta close out on
one more pack.
Gotta close out on that.
That's a good way to end the stream.
Yep.
It's not green.
Charizard.
I'm not gonna let you know if it's green.
You can tell by his reaction.
His reaction
behind his shoulder right there.
I can't tell.
What do you think? What do you think, Dustin?
I don't know.
Here we go, baby. Pulling the cards.
Was it green?
We're gonna get a Charizard.
Probably not.
The reverse hollow right here. Next card.
It
Ah,
was green.
it was green. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining the stream. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Again, follow Eli on all his socials. Hit him up if you have any questions on Pokemon. And like always, I'm Ray.
I'm Dustin.
And you're where you at, Eli?
Oh, Mila.
Hey,
I'm Eli. Hey.
Hey.
And we'll catch you guys on
the flip side.
the flip side. See y'all. God bless. Take care, guys.
Peace.